Down with Sierra Leonean President Ernest by Koroma the day before he and his three other colleagues met with U.S. President Barack Obama at the White House. Among other things, I asked him about allegations from Brigadier General Julius Maad Bio, his main opposition presidential candidate, who says the last election was neither free nor fair or credible.
I believe the issues of the elections are over. The results have been announced and have been sworn in, have been inaugurated, and are moving ahead with governance of the country. Julius Maada Bio, of course, is a citizen like any other citizen in the country, and it is my responsibility to ensure that he gets his due and he contributes towards the national development. I am open, and in that capacity, I have had meetings with him and the leadership of the SLPP, which is the major opposition party. In fact, before leaving on Friday, I think we had a meeting with the leadership of the party, because I believe in open dialogue. I engage political parties, including the major opposition party, and because of my good governance stance, throughout the period of my leadership, there has been no political prisoner, and nobody has been incarcerated for expressing a different political opinion. And the country is enjoying peace and quiet.
Has the Brigadier considered defeat as yet?
Well, in the last visit to State House, I think we all agreed that it is not a question of the outcome. The outcome of the elections is not in dispute. He went to State House to see his president, and I am the president. What more acknowledgement do you want?
How come you have such a remarkable degree of religious harmony? What is the secret behind that in Sierra Leone?
Well, I believe it is historical, and over the years we've had both Christian missionaries coming in, establishing schools all over the country, and allowing Christians as well as Muslims to attend the schools. And we've also had Muslim missionaries establishing their schools and allowing Christians and Muslims to attend. It creates a forum for interaction between the two religions, the two major religions. And also over the period, because of the closeness of the society, intermarriages here and there, we hardly have these strong religious divisions. Intermarriages have brought the religions together, and the fact that our communities themselves are so close that we don't draw any divide between Muslims and Christians. And it is not a law, but we have always ensured that we maintain a balance in the leadership of the country. President coming from one religion, and we balance it up with the vice, other ministers coming from another religion. So it has been harmonious, and it has been successful so far. And that is why we have gotten ourselves to the position of being the most religious, tolerant country in the world.
That is very interesting, because in most African countries, you get overwhelming evidence that actually people vote for the messenger and not necessarily the message.
Well, like I said, it was true, it is still true, but changes are happening.
Interesting.
The reality is dawning on people. They now see the results glaringly. They see development projects. They see roads being constructed. They see the water supply being constructed, electricity, good health facilities. I think when you see all of this, I think there's always a reward for performance. And we will not get there easily, but the important thing is that there has been a shift and the mindset is changing, which is important. We should not compare ourselves now to what is happening to developed countries, because it has taken most of these democracies at least 200 years to get to where they are. And some of us attained independence just about 50 years back. I know we have difficulties, but slowly we'll get there.
What would you say has been so far the single most important decision that you have made during your presidency? And what about the single most regrettable decision during the same period?
Well,
I need a single most important decision that you really feel you have made. No catalog, please.
The decision to become president.
Really? What about the single most regrettable one?
I think I have no regrets for becoming a president.
No,
people of Sierra Leone have acknowledged that. The international community is acknowledging that.
Now, President Koroma, what about corruption? There are some people who say that corruption in Sierra Leone is not an epidemic, but endemic. How do you react to that?
When I was elected in 2007, in 2008, we amended the 2002 Anti-Corruption Act because it was my view that it was the 2002 Anti-Corruption Act created a toothless bulldog. And therefore, in the 2008 Anti-Corruption Act, we did not only increase the number of charges for corruption, but we also empowered the Anti-Corruption Commission to investigate and prosecute without reference to government. Before then, you have to refer the matter to the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, who is a government minister, before any prosecution is effected. But we gave them the independence. And following that, a lot of cases were charged to court, including cases of ministers in the government. So it sent a very clear signal that it is no longer business as usual. Now, we are not saying that we have totally eliminated corruption. Far from it. There is no society where you don't have corrupt activities, including the US.
You're right. But how do you respond to your critics who say that your judiciary system, for example, has teeth that do not bite? Because they go on to say, these are their words, not mine, Mr. President, that there is no political will to win the war against graft. How do you respond to that?
I believe that we have demonstrated a great political will. We have one of the toughest anti-corruption acts in Africa.
Yes.
And it was not done because of the requirement for us to meet a benchmark.
What about the enforcement?
It was done because
is it enforced?
It was done because of our commitment. Now, the issue of the enforcement is a matter that is left with the judiciary, and we have not interfered.
I see.
We have a system of government like you have in America. I should not dictate what happens in the judiciary, because this is a separate arm of government. I will not dictate what happens in Parliament. Mm-hmm. Now, the judiciary has been coming up, and from the outcome of the cases, you will not say that they don't have the will, because ministers have been convicted. We have removed ministers from office. We have removed senior government officials from office, and it has never happened in the past. It is not something that is common in other African countries, but we are doing that. That is why we are recognized. That is why the Transparency International has recognized us, has given us score marks. That is why the MCC has given us score marks. If we have not made any progress, we will not get to this position. But I believe that, like I said, the war is still on. We will continue. Unlike any other country, the issue of corruption is not addressed overnight. But I believe we have made progress.
Do you have any specific message for the people of Sierra Leone?
Well, the people of Sierra Leone are very happy that their decision has been in sync with the analysis of the way we are doing things backed by the American government. So I believe that today is also an endorsement of the will of the people of Sierra Leone. And I'm sure that they are looking forward to a big outcome out of this visit. Already they now know that we have qualified for a compact status in the MCC, and it is a way of America giving support to countries that have done well. And I believe that it's a win-win for everybody, and Sierra Leoneans are happy.
Mr. President, thank you so much.
Thank you
For agreeing to talk to us on this special edition of Straight